Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie and today we're going to have a small project because as you can see I am not in my craft room. So today I want to revisit, I'm sorry if it's shaking the camera, I'm outside and for some reason my table is moving, though we are not moving around it. So I want to revisit something that we've done before in the 100-day project. So I want to use can openers to make them as little closures, and I've done this before with paper and with fabric, and I want to try something else today. As you can see, I'm not in my craft room, I'm on holidays at my parents'. I took a part of my stash and I just found out that I forgot some of my things. So this will be a project, but to see it working, you'll have to do it because I forgot one essential item, which are brads. But it's okay. I mean, the newest part is really what I'm going to show you now. So get your can openers and let's start. So what I'm going to do, what I want to do is actually manage to glue a piece of paper, and we're going to use very different papers. And I'm going to put resin on top of it afterwards. So I took, because I remembered, two sizes of can openers, so big ones and small ones. I took some punches, but as you can see, they're not big enough for the big can openers. That's okay. We'll work it through with scissors. Yes, just because we can. So what I'm first going to do, I have a little selection of papers. So I have this map here. I have, you know me, postcard bits. I have some paper bits, and maybe if I'm lucky in my scraps, I have all the other sorts of paper. So one thing at a time, let's punch some little pieces out, and then we'll see how to proceed with the other ones. So as I mentioned, this is going to be a fairly small project, and not just because I forgot half of my stash, not just, but also I'm not here for long, so I want to be able to spend as much time as I can with my parents. Good morning, bird. So that's the reason why. Let's take a piece of postcard. It's funny because this punch is going to be too big for the small ones and too small for the big ones. But we don't care. Okay, so let's just try to take something with a bit of color. And then something red. And maybe something green-ish. And oopla, maybe one like this. There we go. So I'm going to put them on the side, and then I'm going to punch a little like this. And what I can do now is maybe take my cute little punch and do sort of the same. We'll see how well that works. And if not, we'll just fussy cut them by hand. Yeah, you will hear dogs, you will hear birds, you will hear people, because I'm outside. Okay, we have a little sample here, so let's just try working with that. So if you do have a, the name is not coming to mind, you know, a die cut machine, and especially the little ones, not coming to mind. Anyway, if you do, you can put them through to flatten them. If not, you can just take a little hammer. Don't do it on your glass mat and just try to flatten them out. I don't have either, so I'm just going to work like this. So, ooh, that's a cute little part with a stamp. Okay, don't know if you can see, but it's even a bit too big for these little ones, but that's quite okay. Let me just put these under my page because the wind is coming, and yeah, I just don't feel like picking up things from the floor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm just going to take a little part out on the less colored side. Really not much. And that way it fits and looks quite nice. So I'm going to put glue, hoping that glue is going to be happy to work with me today. And I'm just going to put glue wherever I can, actually. A, because I'm shaking. B, because it's not easy. But there we go. So if you have tweezers, I suppose that would be a good thing. I have now lost, no, I haven't lost it, up my little piece of postcard, and I'm going to place it, push it, press it down. It's actually gluing on my finger, why not? Why not? And I'm just going to let it dry. In the meantime, I'm going to do the same with another small one. Apologies if the table moves. What else do we have? We have a little bit like this. And I'm just going to cut a very, very small portion. My God, am I shaking this morning? Yes, I am. But I know why. Didn't take my pills yet. So again, glue. I'm actually, while I'm doing it, thinking about another way to do this. But maybe no. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry as well. We have a couple of other small ones. And on this one, they all have different shapes. This one is square. I really like it. And I think I'm going to put it here. Yeah. But to that effect, I would have needed a something applier. Well, let's see if I can do it anyway. Because we work with what we have. That was what I wanted. So I definitely need to cut it quite a bit. Just a tad more. So back with the glue. Don't know how much glue will actually touch my little piece of paper. Don't know how. Do we have too much glue? Yes, we do. Do we care? No. Better too much than not enough. How's this going to work? Don't know. Is it going to work? Don't know either. But if not, I think I have a trick coming in my mind. So we're going to do the trick. I'm sorry for moving. I know it's not convenient. What I am going to do, I'm going to take a piece of scrap. I'm going to think, Sophie, think. I know it's complicated for you, but do think. So, removing my glue. So you're now going to start to hear noises because people are waking up all around. I'm going to glue it on the paper. And then I'm going to glue the paper here, because otherwise it will not be able to touch the sides. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back with more glue. I'm going to take my piece. I'm going to put it over where I want it, if at all possible, and I'm going to let it dry there. Maybe. We'll see how that goes, if it glues at all. Let me try again, press it down. Well, it might not be a short video after all, if I have to do this for everyone. Okay, so I'm just going to put it aside and let it dry. Now, big ones. Does this fit at all? Well, actually it does. It does. It is a bit too big, but not that much. And that is going to be easier to glue. So let me just make it a bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to put it this way. I am going to glue. My paper is here. Okay, let's let it dry. Is this one even bigger? I think so. It's huge. It is. My punch is even too small. Yeah. So what I will do in this case, let's try something else. Let me see. I am going to take a piece like this. I'm going to cut it around here. I'm sorry about the light. As you can see, the sun, sorry, is not helping, and I don't think this is going to help either. So I'm just going to glue my can opener like this. Yeah, light is gone. And to be honest, it's not going to change anything, so. Okay. Taking my piece, just trying to glue it. I am going to regret not having taken my whole craft room with me. Okay. Well, I have paper here. Maybe we can do a big one, like this one. Yeah, I'm a very nice lady. Bit dumb, but realized I put glue on the wrong side. I'm sure you did. That's okay, we have wet wipes, yay! Up the other way around, Sophie. Okay, so I'll just glue it here. Maybe. I will glue it as best as I can, and then we'll see if it doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, we will know what to use and what not to use. And that's the idea. I am not a professional. I just try things. And then they turn out nice or they don't. And I think it's good that I share that with you because, you know, we all fail at one point. And I actually don't, call this failing. I just call that learning. So, there we go. Put it on the side and let it dry. I just had thought about something that would be nice. Yes, I saw a piece of scrap here. Oh, it's not a piece of scrap. Not gonna ruin you. I'm not, but I wanted something. Maybe with writing, big black writing. Maybe I have a book thing in my scraps next to me. Sorry, it's gonna shake. Whoopla. Well, there we go. I have a piece of scrap. Okay. We could try something like that. Yep. Or something like that, which is about the same. Okay. So let's just put glue and then we'll see. I'm just going to do that because it's going to be easier. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah. No, it isn't. Okay, well, you know, I'm stubborn, so I'll just go again. Because there's not good reason for not to work. There were the words as they came to my mind, not in the right order. There we go. Okay. So we have a couple of other little ones. Why not use these beautiful nuts? Okay, let's just let it dry and then we'll see how that turns out. Okay, I'm going to wait until all this is dry and then we'll come back. And I'm back. So everything is dry and I'm just going to pour some resin over the glue that I have on my hands. Not at all. Just trying to get this glue out. Okay, so I'm taking one of my little soda can opener. I'm just going to pour resin on top of my little, here it's a piece of scrap paper. And then I'm going to lay it down because it's going to become hot as it's metal. Just putting my lamp over it, cure it until it's solid. So this will take a little bit of time. I'm sorry if the camera moves. It's because we're on the terrace, on a wooden terrace. So there we go. Are you cute? Let me see. Almost. Just a little more. Like this. You could also, before doing anything, like put some alcohol ink on your can openers if you wanted to. And there you go. You have a little closure that you can close envelopes with, or well, any other thing that needs a closure. I, of course, have forgotten to bring brads, so I cannot show you the complete project. But if you take a piece of paper like this, so you have an envelope like this. If you put your can opener here, put a brad in this hole, then you can slide it like this and open your envelope and then slide it back in the other way and have your envelope closed. So sorry about the brad's lack of, but that's the way it turned out. So let's do a couple more. There we go. You can hear my dad. Yeah, put them on the paper because otherwise you're going to burn yourself because it gets hot really, really quickly. There you go. Just a couple of minutes. There, so it's cured. And it gives it a really nice shiny look, which I really like. Then we can do another one. Hoopala. I like my resin to be bumpy, but that's a personal choice. But as I've explained it a couple of times, it cures better if it's a bit thick. If it's too thin of a layer, then it'll stay sticky, and I don't know why. There you go. The reason why I glued these ones directly on the paper is because I was afraid, as the paper is thin, you also have a cat hair that I brought with me, because we don't have cats here. I was afraid that the paper would sort of curl with the heat, but apparently it's not, as this one went fine. I'll show you afterwards. So this one is cured, and it's cute. I really like that one. So let's do a big one. So I thought I was safe now that everybody has left and they went shopping, that I would have no people talking, no terrace moving, and now the automatic watering system has started. I'll never win. So, cure, cure, cure. I can't really tell you how long you need to cure it for. It really depends on your resin, on your piece, on so many variables that I couldn't tell you. Let's see. No, not yet. So what I'm going to do next, once this is cured, I'm going to finish them off camera, and then like these ones, I need to cut around them. And I'll show you how I think I'm going to do that. 2 different ways. And then I guess we'll be done. Cured, you are. Good. I like that. I really, really like that. And the paper hasn't curled, so that's even better. Okay, so let me finish them and I'll be back. So, this one, well, first of all, I'm going to rip it as close to my can opener as I can. I think I'm going to get my nail fine, because I don't have any sanding paper, and just, you know, file what I don't want. Getting closer. Am I gonna get wet? Technically I shouldn't, but with my usual luck, we don't know. So there you go. That one is done. Then we have the ones on the postcard. So I'm going to use my scissors and try to remove as much as I can. I just fussy cutting it out. That worked fine. If there are any bits that you still want to get out, to remove, just, you know, again, use a file. And that's done. So let's just finish these ones. Okay. So if I had brought my brads, I would have adapted the size of the brad to the size of the hole that you have you're left with to put in your brad. Cute. Okay. We're almost done. Here we have postcard and paper, because again I was afraid it was going to curl, but it didn't. So there we go. And the last one would be this one on the map. So I'm just going to do this. And then again rip as close as I can. Like this. There you go. I'm making you move every time. I'm so sorry. There you go. I'm just thinking whether there was something I wanted to show you, something else, but I think that was it. So we're just going to have a look at all the little closures we've made. So today we've been upcycling can openers and scraps. So to make little closures for envelopes or any little folders you want to close. So you will put it like this, as I've shown you previously. Put in a brad. If your brad is too small, just glue a piece of paper on this side and then poke a hole and then put your brad in. And then, you know, when you set up your brad in your envelope, you will be able to turn your little closure one way to open your envelope and then the other way to close it. So I think they're quite cute. We've made a bunch of them, different sizes. So let's start with the big ones. We made them with postcards, scraps with paper, scraps with coffee dyed paper. Then we've made some with, this is a Barabon scrap. This is an Atlas map scrap. Again with the Barabon, with just a part of a red postcard. This is the back of a postcard with a piece of stamp, postal stamp. And then this one with a scrap of postcard. So, I hope you've enjoyed this shorter than usual little video. And But I had fun doing it anyway. And I guess I will see you soon in a couple of days. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.